Google created the image extension for search campaigns because the platform on Google in terms of search is very text heavy. There's not a lot of visuals, it's not very engaging, and as a user going through the search results is very much just reams and reams of text. So this is an idea to get things a bit more focused towards the user's eye, catch the eye a bit more, and get people to click ads ahead of the organic results, which is something Google really wants to do. So we know Google want to do this, and image extensions contribute to that. But are you leveraging image extensions? And if you are you doing things in the right way? Well, this video is going to explain to you everything you need to know about image extensions on Google Ads. So as I say, it allows you to show an image next to your text ad in order to get more attraction and attention on your ad over your competitors. Here's what they look like. You can see the ad is still in place in terms of the text you will see on the page, but you've also got the image next to it as well. So that's really going to help get more eyeballs on the ads. The obvious advantages are, of course, your increased click-through rate, because when people see your ad versus the organic results or indeed other competitors, if your image is compelling enough, people will click your ad. So it's an additional layer of optimization when you're optimizing headlines and descriptions to give your USPs and reasoning and creative writing in order to get people to click your ad over your competitors. You now have an extra lever you can pull, which is to add an image next to your ad. Now, you don't necessarily need to add an image if you're a product-based business, because that makes things very easy. You add an image of the product that's attractive. You can also use this format in terms of this extension for service-based businesses as well. With the right kind of attractive image, you can get eyeballs on your services as well. So both product and service-based businesses have access to this extension, but you might not have access to it, and there are a few things you need to do in order to make sure you can access this ad extension. You need to make sure your ad account has a good history of policy compliance. So if your ads have been disabled because you're breaking rules, maybe trademarks, maybe violations of policies for your ads, then you might not have access to this extension. It needs to be in an eligible vertical or sub-vertical. Of course, sensitive things like sexual content, advertising, gambling or alcohol, healthcare and finance aren't eligible for image extensions. I think some of those things I said there for obvious reasons. For Google Ads accounts that have been open for more than 90 days, that's when you actually get the okay and the thumbs up from Google to have access to this extension type. And you have to have active campaigns running for search with active search ads that are running, because Google only give you access to this extension if you're showing them you're running adverts already. So as long as you tick all those boxes, you'll be fine. And if you can't see image extensions in your account, you are definitely missing something from that list. So make sure you've been running for over 90 days, make sure you're complying with their rules in the right verticals. And if you are doing all those things, all those boxes are ticked, and you don't have access, call your Google Ads rep, or should I say live chat, because they're not really taking calls anymore. But that's a whole other story. So in terms of best practice, Google give you an opportunity to use 20 images per image extension. So I think you should take advantage of that, because the more data you give Google, the more testing you can do, and the better you can find out which images are providing you with the better click-through rate and better performance. So it's really important you add images to the max that you can. You have 20 slots to do it. Don't just upload one image. Try and find a number of variations. If you can't get 20, it's not the biggest deal in the world, but try and use as many high-quality images as you can. Images must also be in a very specific format as well, and it's important that you crop and create content for your image ads in line with this, because if you have an image that's not pre-prepared to fit one of these formats, then it's not going to look right when it crops into Google Ads. And sometimes you can't even crop images that aren't the right size anyway. So the 1x1 square is a common size you're going to have to use, but they also allow landscape sizes as well in terms of that ratio that allows you to have a landscape image. It's optional but recommended, because the more you have, the more options Google has. So even though you can only run with a 1x1 image, you can get away with just using square images. Use the rectangular ones as well. It gives you more opportunity, and as advertisers, that's what we want, more opportunity. So that's good. Other things as well is the sizes in terms of pixel sizes. They've got the minimum and the recommended. Always try and go for the recommended. The minimum could look blurry on different devices and cause issues as well. File formats, the usual image formats are static GIFs or GIFs, whichever way you want to say it, JPEGs and PNGs with maximum file sizes of 5,120 kilobits. So that is the size you need to think of as well. And of course, make sure you put most of the content in the middle of the image, because of course, as I say, Google will show your ads across a different number of places, and maybe different search networks show things differently as well. Google might change how the image displays in the future as well on the search results page, so cover all bases, make sure the content's in the right place, and it gives you more of an advantage when using this format. So there you have it, a very useful and very simple extension for Google Ads that can get you more of a click-through rate, but also in addition to that, if you're selling things online in terms of products, then that preview of the product before the person clicks is going to be very powerful, because it also acts as a gatekeeper to disqualify people from clicking who don't necessarily want your product, which is a good thing as well. Having a good click-through rate is good, but if the people clicking aren't going to be interested, then it's a waste of that click. So similar to shopping campaigns where the user can see all the products before they click, which is really important in helping your conversion rate and with helping your cost per conversion, because you can disqualify people not looking for what you sell. That image extension will help promote things on the search results to also disqualify people who aren't right for your products. So take that into consideration as well. So now you know all about image extensions, let me show you how to create them. It's very straightforward, but let's take a look. So here I am in Google Ads, and I'm going to add an image extension to my account. So I'm going to head over to Ads and Extensions, and then go to Extensions, and then click the blue plus button up here in order to add my image extensions, which is right here. So when you click that, you have to choose a campaign you want it to go onto. So I'm going to click this campaign here and hit done. Now, when you do that, and you can see the campaign is loaded, it will either load in images that are already added in your account in terms of images you've scanned and uploaded. But in addition to that, you can also upload your own images from your computer straight away, or use existing images you've uploaded already. As I've mentioned, things that have been uploaded previously will show in a list, and you can re-upload them here for any campaign, which saves a lot of time. So I'm going to add some images to this campaign. There are a couple of ways you can do that. You can upload images by clicking this blue button and uploading from your computer. You can scan your website in order to find images, so Google will find all the images across different pages of your website and then add them into this. So I'm going to do a little test by typing in the semacademy.com. And there's some images coming up here, so you can see that it's found some of the images from my homepage, which is right here. The problem with this is that these images are not formatted for this particular reason, so the ratios might not work, the cropping might not work, but it depends on site to site. So give it a test and see if any of your existing images can be used here. If not, you can fall back on stock images, luckily. So if I typed in something like training, because obviously I'm a training provider, I can find a stock image I could potentially use in order to facilitate what I need on Google. So if I wanted to go with this image, for example, I have both ratios I could crop and move. So if I want the word training in this image to show for the 1:1 ratio, that's done here. For the wider ratio, that's pretty easy to do because it's quite a wide image, so that's good. The watermark, as it says, will not appear on your ad because these images are from Shutterstock, so they will be pulled into your ad as an image extension. Once you're happy with what you've chosen, select the two ratios, hit save, and then that will add the images to your account. Thank you guys for watching. This video was brought to you from the semacademy.com, which is my website I've created to help you guys get more from your advertising. It's a membership site that gives you direct access to training courses and materials that have all been accredited online that allow you to get better at paid advertising. And what's more, you get to ask me anything you want as a member. You can ask me any question for any challenges you're facing, whether it's on the courses themselves or in your day-to-day marketing life. I'll be on hand to help you every step of the way. Membership includes a 1-day free trial, so you can try it and see if you like it first time around. And thereafter, membership is only $59 per month to have unlimited access to me and all the materials which I'm adding to all the time with new courses and new modules. So head over to the semacademy.com to find out more, and I look forward to seeing you on the training.